Hi everybody, this is Tina, Rehatch Designs. We do thrift flips here, we do upcycles, we do DIYs, some decorating. Anyway, today's video is going to be all about the bottle brush tree and examples as to what to do with the trees, and also some assemblage where I take different things and make some assemblages with them, which I absolutely am addicted to. I've done quite a few of them, and if you start doing them, I just want to tell you, you're going to be addicted because it's just a lot of fun. Anyway, that's what this video is all about. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Take care. Let's get right into it. Project number 1. It's fairly simple, but it has a lot of effect. I bought these, well, some of them are antique and some of them are vintage baby shoes at different places. And I'm going to be putting bottle brush trees in them. Here what I've done is I went ahead and took this one shoe. It has buttons down the side, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I've cut up some vintage or antique laces and crocheted things, and I'm just kind of playing with it just to figure out what I'm going to put where. First I think, well, maybe I can put that little round thing in there. And I'm trying really hard not to add a lot of glue or anything to this, or to permanently damage these antiques. And I do that with almost all the projects that I'm doing, so that you could, especially if they're antique, if you know, you could take the stuff out and redecorate, or not use it for Christmas if you wanted to. Anyway, so what I do is I just put foam in them. And this is a different one. And I'm just going to cut the foam. And I put a little bit of brown, the wrapping paper that you get from packages in the bottom to fill in the shoe. And then I'll put a little foam, because those little bases on the trees, most of them won't fit inside the shoe. So you have to cut those off. And I try and leave everything original. Like this one has laces, and I want to leave those laces on. I mean, I could put a ribbon or something in there, but I really am trying to keep them, the way that they are, and not add a lot of glue. I didn't put any glue in the bottom when I put the foam or anything in. And now I'm trying some more crocheted pieces that I have. And just a few little doilies or a little bit of lace here and there. It doesn't take much to do these projects. I mean, I just use little pieces of things that I already had. And when I put the glue in, like I glued the lace to the foam, and I didn't touch the shoe with it. So that helps. And then I used a lot of wire. I have this rusty wire that I bought. You can buy it on Amazon. You can also get it on Factory Direct Crafts if you look there. And anyway, so I put the glue in there. And then, of course, I had to cut the tree off of the little base. And then you have that little pokey part of it that you stick in there. So I'm going to put that in there and kind of get it all situated the way I want it. And I just think the vintage or antique or whatever kind of lace you have or crocheted looks really good with these old pieces like that. So I'm going to kind of shove that in there. And I do put glue in there with it. I glue the tree to the foam. But it's not glued into the tree isn't glued into the tree. And now I'm taking some of that rusty wire, and I'm just putting a little pick that I bought a bunch of these off of Amazon. And now here's one that's really, really old. And it's kind of damaged, but I like the old patina of it. And the thing is, on this one, it doesn't have any laces on it. It looks like it's like, a little boot type thing. And what I'm going to do, you don't see me do it because I do this a lot. I take things toward me when I'm doing a video and I don't realize it, so it's off camera. But I took some little pickberries that I had bought at Dollar Tree, I believe, during 4th of July. You'll see me use it a lot in this video. And I tie the shoe closed with the pickberries. So I put some of that brown paper in the bottom, and then I put the foam in. And then I'm going to just go ahead and add my tree. And I put the tree in and then I take it out and then I put the glue on because, again, I'm trying not to glue the shoe. I'm just trying to, figure out which one I want in there before I, put any glue in. And I really do try hard not to get a lot of glue. And if there is a little bit of glue on some of these items, you could always take a heat gun and melt it and get it off. But I'm trying not to put a ton. So anyway, I did the pickberries to close this shoe. And now I'm trying to find some lace to put around it. And I do that. I find some and I put it in there. And after that, I just pretty much go and look for some ribbon that I can put on there. And I find this little red ribbon that I have. And I cut it in half because it was a little bit too wide. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on there and just kind of tie just a very simple bow. Not too much because it's a little tiny shoe and you don't want to overwhelm it. But anyway, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to add another pick to the front of this as well. And the whole thing on these shoes is just making sure that you don't overwhelm the shoe. And I don't know, I might have on this one because they're tiny little shoes. So that one is done. And now I'm going to move on to another one. So I have one that has a little bit of wear on it, but I decided to leave it the way it is. This one I wouldn't say is an antique. It's probably vintage. It's probably the kind that I wore when I was a baby. I would say it's probably more in the retro era. So anyway, I'm going to take these and I'm going to decorate them. And again, I'm going to go ahead and put the brown paper in anywhere I need to fill it. And I'm going to put the little, just the foam. This is just from Dollar Tree or wherever. Now the tree that I'm going to put in this one's a little bit bigger. And then I decide I have these beads. These are glass beads. And they're kind of shiny. And I've got some pearls that are different colors, pearl beads. And I'm going to just glue those in this tree just to decorate the tree a little bit. And on a lot of these, I don't do that much decorating to the vessel. I decorate the tree. And so I leave these laces on. Of course, you could take them out, put ribbons or something in it. But I have this little red ribbon. I'm going to put that on. And I'm going to try not to, again, glue it to the tree. To the shoe. I'd prefer just to go ahead and put some a wire or something around it. Or here I am, I'm just tucking it in the shoelace. And now I'm going to put I'll put the little velvet ribbon, I'll just glue it right onto the pick and then tuck it in, and then I'm not gluing it to the shoe. And I found some little kind of rhinestone buttons to glue on the front. And this was a different shoe that I did, very similar though. And I think they all turned out really cute. So project number 2, this is the first of the assemblages. So this is a retro tin. It is one of those, it's a Crayola tin. And I have decided I want to go ahead and do a little assemblage in it, but I don't like the back being just that plain silver. So I'm just taking just some wrapping paper that I think would look good in the back, and I'm just putting some glue on there and putting it on. And there's a few wrinkles in there. I'm not too worried about it because most of it's going to get covered up. We're going to do kind of a retro kitschy thing to this, and a lot of the things that I bought for all of these assemblages, I have some vintage things that I buy and some antique things. And this is from Dollar Tree, the little candy canes. And when you're doing the retro kitschy style, think glitter, think gaudy, that type of thing is, and it's really in right now, and it's very popular. Everything that I put in my booth that's kitschy or retro or like that, it's gone. It's just flies out the door. But anyway, I'm putting in some brown paper to fill in the bottom. And honestly, on this one, I think I would have probably preferred if I had put the just the foam in it, because this kind of gives way a little bit more than I want it to, but it worked out okay. So anyway, I'm just basically getting a few items that I think what I do on these assemblages is I get the big pieces first and try and decide where I'm going to put them. And after I do that, then I put my base down, and I put some white paper down, and then I went ahead and put this, I guess it's this shred, you put in gifts. I have some white there, and I decided to use that. And this little thing that I'm gluing down now is just a little shelf sitter. I had bought these on Amazon. I looked, and looks like they're not selling them, but I think other people have them, or you could definitely make your own. So I'm going to glue that and hold it. And I already glued the tree in. The tree in is just one, I think I got it at Dollar Tree. So this little wagon, I believe I bought that at Hobby Lobby. And it was, of course, 50% off. So those are my 3 big pieces. I put at least 3 big pieces, sometimes more. And it also depends on how big the container is. You'd be actually surprised on these how much stuff you can actually put in them. And the more you put in them, I think the more interesting they look. And a lot of the stuff I put in these it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's a matter of just filling them up. And they're really, really fun. You do not have to have all vintage or antique. Like the container's vintage, but everything else I'm putting in here is new. So, but it's kind of from the same era. I'm going for the same color scheme, and that's what makes it all go together. The same style, etc. So I'm trying to figure out how to fill all this in, and then I, somewhere along the line, realized right there, I have a big gaping hole next to the Christmas tree, and I'm going to have to figure out something to put in that. So I was just going to fill in behind it, but then I realized, well, looks like I have a big giant hole to fill, so we're going to end up putting more than 3 big things in here, which is surprising because it's not a very big box, but you would be surprised when you do these how much stuff you can fill in them. And I just bought a lot of ornament type things, or things that I knew would fit in these little different kinds. And I have next to me a bunch of different things, and I'm just kind of sorting through it as I go. So I had that little mailbox, and I decided that would fill in that gap right there. And then I have a Merry Christmas glittery thing and some glittery poinsettias. And I'm putting things in different places. I want it to where when people are looking at this, that in all angles they're seeing something and it's interesting, and there's no big, bald spots anywhere where I don't have anything. So I'm kind of just figuring out where to put things. I actually put something in the little wagon. I have a lot of little ornaments that I bought. I bought just some little kitschy things to put in there. And anyway, I fill up the whole thing full of some stuff. I think a lot of these I got at Dollar Tree too. And then I have some pipe cleaners that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I twisted two together because I wanted it a little bit thicker to just make a garland to go around this little box. And I just hot glue it on there, and that's it, guys. I hope you like it. Project number 3, and this is my bow. This is just some mugs that I bought. I don't remember where I got this one. I've had it for a while. And then I have the other one over there, and I bought that at a thrift store. So we're just going to put bottle brush trees in the mugs, and I know you've probably seen those before. But I will tell you that I have had mugs sitting around, and then all of a sudden I put a bottle brush tree in it, and they sell. So it's like, okay, just if I'm pretty much convinced that I can take all the things that haven't sold in my booth and stick a bottle brush tree in it, and they'll sell. So I basically just put the paper in the bottom of it to fill it, and then I have my little picks, and I'll put some in front of this one. This one has kind of a woodland kind of look to it, or that vibe to me. So that's kind of what I'm going for. So I'm taking these pick berries, and I bought these, by the way, at 4th of July. You'll see them at 4th of July. They'll have red, white, and blue, and I picked up a bunch of the red and some white because I knew at Christmas if I went to look for them, I wouldn't be able to find them. So anyway, I'm using those, and then I have a lot of rusty things. I already used them on the little shoes earlier. I got some on Amazon, and then some from Factory Direct Crafts. You can buy. I buy it wholesale through them, but you can buy. You don't have to buy wholesale. You can buy smaller amounts, and they have a lot of little rusty things that you can buy. So after I do that one, I'm going on to the next mug, and this one's more of a retro type style, a kitschy style. And I try to decorate my little trees according to the vessel that it's in, the style that it is, So on this one, I have these little candy canes that I bought from the Dollar Tree, and this little snowflake, this little white glittery snowflake, and I put that in it, and they're done. Yeah, on this one I forgot to say that I added that little candy cane, and I bought that at Factory Direct Crafts too. So now we're on to project number 4, and this is my dory. So now what I'm showing you is you don't have to have a vintage container. I showed you that little container that you can buy at the Dollar Tree. It looks like a little lunch pail. And I had painted one of these before, and I have used some IOD inlay on it to shabby it up. And what you see there is a little angel from the Christmas tapers, the top of that angel that I had done in clay. And it was extra, and I just, for some reason, I just glued it to the top of it. Didn't have a clue why, but I did. I haven't painted it or done anything. Of course, it's dry because it's been in there for ages, but I just had this extra little clay angel, and I thought, well, what am I going to do with that? And this box was sitting next to me, and I went, I'll just glue it to that. So anyway, I'm painting this, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go over that. I don't even remember the paint that I used, guys. It was an off-white from Paint Couture. I don't remember which one it is. So anyway, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to let that dry. In the meantime, I'm picking out what I'm going to put in there. And this time I'm going to put foam in the bottom, and it's a little bit more sturdy. When you go to glue things down, you don't want them moving. You don't want them smushing down too much, and that foam kind of holds it, pretty stable. And it's super easy to cut. It's inexpensive. Of course, the paper's free. It's stuff that you get when you get stuff in the mail, but still. Anyway, I'm just kind of sorting through all of my stuff. I'm trying to go for like a gold and white vibe going on here with the pink. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my foam to fit. And I think I do. Yeah, I do glue it to the bottom of this. It's not like it's an antique or anything, but I did this in a previous video way long time ago. And basically I just painted it pink, and I think I used an inlay like it actually was the third time on this. Anyway, I'm going to go over this with some gold paint from Paint Couture. And I'm going over it with the pale gold, their metallic paint, which I love. It's a wonderful gold. They have so many different colors of gold in their metallics. And the brocade gold I go over it with that is a glaze, and I go over that a little bit with it later because I want to, bring out the gold in the piece without making it look too dark. You're not even really going to see it that much. It's kind of like the candy canes that were on the other one. It's in the background. But the way these pieces work, guys, it's really the layers. I mean, it's just all the layering. So whenever I keep the back on these things, or I have the back like that, see how, you've got the hinge on it? What you do is you get a couple taller pieces and you brace the back open with it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. If you see those picks that I put in there, those gold picks, eventually what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to glue part of that star and those picks to the back. And it's going to hold it open. So now I've moved on to this little pink Santa mug, which I don't really show you, but you'll see it in the end. Anyway, I found this really cute pink Santa mug at Hobby Lobby, and then I found this adorable pink tree. It was already decorated, and we're just going to put the two together. So this little grouping is because they're pink. I grouped these all together in weird ways, so I don't know, guys. Anyway, so this one I didn't put the paper in. I just decided to put the foam in, and I think that really in the long run probably works better. And so I'm going to put that foam in, and then I go ahead and I put some white paper on top, and I glue the paper on, and then I found a little piece of lace to put on top of that. I probably didn't really need to do that because see it. So in any case, I just put a bunch of hot glue on the bottom, and then I go ahead and I put my tree on. And what you don't see me do is I just get a little piece of pink lace and tie it around the tree, and that's it. There's my little tree, and I think they turned out cute. Alrighty, project number 5. This is a tin that I don't show you till the end. The angle on this, guys, was really killing me. But anyway, this is going to be a grouping of trees. And I basically just take a big one of those foam things from the Dollar Tree and stick it in the bottom. And I have 3 trees here that I'm going to put together. And this is the part I have to tell you. If I had it to do over, I'm going to tell you not to do this. I put some white, it's that white packing paper, that you get down. And then I get these little balls that I got from the Dollar Tree that are supposed to look like snow. And I put a bunch of glue down. And I thought, oh, they'd stick. And then the little cellophane thing opened up. And these things were everywhere. And they'll probably be everywhere forever. And I went ahead and ended up putting glue on them inside the container because I was trying to get most of them to stick. But anyway, that's my snow. So anyway, I went ahead and decided to glue in the 3 trees. And now I have some of these little, they're kind of primitive looking candy canes. They're made with like red and, regular looking twine. And I put those in the front. And then I took some fabric that I had that I tied in strips. Just a couple pieces. I didn't want it to be too poofy or anything. And then I put a little rusty piece on the front of it, some rusty bells, and some rusty stars on top. And it has that kind of primitive look. You'll see when you see the front of this why I did it kind of in a primitive look. Now, project number 6. This one was really fun. I found this Folgers can. I actually went shopping in the malls that I have my booths in, and I was surprised. You can really find some stuff. Just look around. It's not expensive. So I found this Folgers can, and I wanted to go ahead and decorate the top of it. I could have opened it up and put something in it, but I really wanted to put something on top. So I found this little round, foam thing or styrofoam, and it was a perfect size for the top of this. So I just put some hot glue and glued it on. And then I decided to take some Paint Couture buttermilk, I think it is, and I mixed it with a little bit of the crust from Paint Couture, and I'm making snow. So I just mix it all up. The crust is kind of a grayish white color, so I wanted it to be a little bit more creamy white. And so I mixed it all up, and you're just making it the consistency of, I don't know, maybe peanut butter. So I put that together so I would have some snow for the top of this. And I am just basically going to frost it. Halfway through this, I decided to put some painter's tape around it because I thought I would be really careful and not get it around the rest of it, but then I realized I probably am not. So I just took my spatula and started spreading it around, and this stuff dries like rock solid. It's really great to use for something like this. So I'm just going to take that and go all the way around it and just kind of spread it around. I'm not going too thick. I'm just trying to cover the styrofoam. It was already white, so it wasn't that tough to do that. So now what I'm doing is I'm using some sheer frost. It's a very fine translucent glitter that you can get from Paint Couture. And I am sprinkling it on this while it's still wet. You don't have to add any glue or anything. So I'm just going to put that all over. And it is definitely going to make this look like snow when you get done with it. It gives it that nice sparkly look, but it's very fine and translucent. So I'm going over the whole thing with it and just letting it stick. So now I'm going to glue this tree on. This is going to have a kitschy look because that's kind of the era that this coffee can's from. And I bought this tree at Hobby Lobby, 50% off, and it was already decorated with little balls on it. And to me, it has kind of a kitschy look to it. And then I got this ornament that I believe I got it at Hobby Lobby also. And it has that kind of kitschy, that era, that look to it. And I'm going to put the Santa Claus on there and I glue him. And what you see me doing now is I'm taking the back of the Santa Claus and I'm putting a little glue on it and I'm gluing it to the tree. And it's a good idea on your tall pieces like that, if you can, find indiscreet ways to glue them together for more stability. And now I'm putting a gold star. I believe I bought those at Hobby Lobby, not sure. If you notice, I'm using some gold wire. I glued these stars on the top of all these things, but I also wire them. Anyway, that's added it. I added a few more little tchotchkes to the bottom of it, some little trim around the edges, just to fill it all in. And I think it turned out really, really cute. I like this. Project number 7. Hope you're still hanging in with me. Okay, so we're going to decorate this truck. And we're going to put a tree in it, right? I mean, what else are we going to do? So anyway, I'm filling the back of it with foam. And it fits in there perfectly. And I've got this tree. I'm pretty sure I got it at Hobby Lobby. It's one of their bigger ones. 50%. I think it was less than $3. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put the foam in. I glued it to the bottom, put some hot glue. And now what I'm doing is I'm putting the white paper on top. So obviously I need to disguise the foam and I'm gluing it down in certain spots. And then I made up some more of that crust with the paint so I can make some more snow. And I'm covering the back, not the entire thing where the tree is going to go. You're not going to. Basically everywhere but a tiny spot in the middle. So I'm going to put some of this snow all over. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue my tree in, and I put a lot of glue on the bottom, and then anywhere that the tree was touching, where the foam is, where the truck is, I put a ton of glue on it. And now what I'm doing is I'm shoveling that what do you call it? The sheer frost glitter. I'm basically just shoveling in there. And I have a piece of paper, and I'm going to dump out the extra and obviously put it back in the jar, just like you do with any other glitter. But I'm putting it anywhere that I put the snow, so it sticks to the snow, and it does stick really well. You don't have to add any glue or anything like that. Now you do it while that stuff is still wet. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some snow in some different spots all over the truck. So after I put all of my glitter on there, I decided I wanted to put a little wreath on the front of the truck. And this is basically just an ornament that I bought. I think I got it from the Dollar Tree. Anyway, I took the little red bow that was on it off because I didn't really like it. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the wreath to the front. I just hot glued it on. And now I'm going to add a little bit more snow to the front of the car because I think wouldn't it accumulate there? Probably. The wreath may be a little bit big, but I think it's a nice touch. And then, of course, I add the glitter to the front of it. And then I put my own little velvet bow that I think looks a little bit better on there. And then after that, this is the twine that you get from the Dollar Tree that has wire in it. It's a little bit thicker than, your normal twine because I wanted you to be able to see it. I mean, it's obviously not holding the tree on, but I guess kind of technically it is. So I put it on and I wind it on there, and then that's it, guys. That's my little truck, and I love it. So project number 8. I know this is a long video, guys, but I got a lot of stuff in this video. You're getting your money's worth this week. So this was a red sleigh that I picked up at the Goodwill for like $2 or $3. I lost the footage of me showing you what it looked like before, but think ugly red sleigh. It was a weird kind of brownish red color. So I painted it this aqua color, and it was a spray paint, a Bear spray paint. I don't remember what it was. I just had it in my stash. And now I'm just kind of going over all those trim pieces with a gold metallics from Fusion. And I'm going to go over it a little bit with Paint Couture has a gold paste. I'm just going over the trees and the reindeer with the gold crystal paste to give it some texture. And then I'm going over it with a little bit of the satin top coat because I am going to add the Paint Couture German glass glitter to that. The glass, if you look how shiny and sparkly that is, it's not like regular glitter. It's amazing that it's all beautiful. I love it. I'm going to be doing some projects with that hopefully soon. So then I'm taking my foam and filling the bottom and just kind of cutting out the pieces to fit in there. And of course I glue them to the bottom because I need a stable base to put everything on. So this is going to be another one of our little assemblages. And then I had to find something to kind of cover it with because, you can always see little pieces of it. So you kind of have to think about what you're going to cover it with. And I guess this is, it's kind of like used for presents, to put in your bags. And I had it in my stash, so I covered it. And I didn't glue it on because it would melt. I didn't use my hot glue. I just used regular glue. And now I'm going through Kitschy Christmas, which is transfer by IOD. I am out of all of the transfers, but the gilded one on my website. I do have all of the molds, all of the stamps, and I have all of, I think that's it. So it's kind of amazing that they sold out. It's not even the end of November. You may find some stockists that have them, but If you want to get anything from this release, you better get it now because there's a limited supply. So now what I'm doing is I am going to go ahead and put this transfer on of this cute little deer. And I end up putting transfers pretty much all over this sleigh. I'm not going to bore you with all of them. But basically, you just rub the transfer. They're super easy to put on, and then it releases. And I do go over them all with a top coat. I use that satin by Extreme Guard Satin by Pink Couture. I love it for that kind of thing. And now I have this Santa Claus that I thrifted at one of the booths in where I have one of my booths. And I also thrifted this kitschy little tinsel-y tree that I absolutely love. And the Santa Claus has got like a Coca-Cola. It's both from this kitschy era. And I love it. That's why I don't think I'm going to be able to get rid of this. It's really cool. I am so into this kitschy retro thing. I really am. And a lot of people are. If I put this in my booth, it will sell immediately. So basically, I'm just taking some little string of these little light things and some ornaments and all that kind of stuff that I got. Most of it from Hobby Lobby at 50% off. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate it. And then I start filling the sleigh with different things. And really, it's just you just find what fits and kind of goes with it. And the color scheme, and you just fill it in really after that. That's what makes it so fun, is it just, and you just collect little things, especially, I bought everything 50% off, or I thrifted it, and don't think that these little pieces cost much. I didn't pay much at all for even the vintage things at the booths that I was at. So don't be afraid to go looking for this stuff. Anyway, I love it. I think it turned out great. To me, it's just super kitschy and super cute. Project number 9. And actually, guys, it's way more than the number there. These are really easy. That's why I grouped them together. So this is just this brass container that I've had. I'm going to go ahead and put the foam in the bottom. And I'm actually not even going to take the tree off of the base because I needed it to be a little bit taller. So I needed the base on there. And I just put some glue on the bottom. And I'm making sure it's straight. And this is a really cool tree that I got at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if you can really tell. It's very spiky, almost like a cactus. But it's really a cool looking tree. And I'm going to just glue it basically in there. And that's all I'm going to do. Add some Spanish moss. And, just fill that in around the edges and call it a day for that. And now I have this little antique looking spool. It's not a real antique, but it's made to look like one. I bought it off a wholesaler and it's been sitting in my booth forever. So I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and put a tree in it. I glued it in there. I think I had to put a little bit of foam because, like, if the hole's too big, you have to fill it with something. And on the ones that were like that, I just put a little foam in it and then put the glue in. And now I'm just taking some material that I have and I'm ripping it into just a long piece so that I can put that or have it go around this little spool. And if you see those little scissors, it's made to look like little antique scissors that go in front of it. And I'm just going to add a few little things to this. I think I added an antique mother of pearl button in front of it. And I think I put a little bit of pickberries on the tree. And that's pretty much it. So now on this is a little shoe. It's not a real antique. I got it at the same place I got the spool from. And it's supposed to be, the little shoe thing that you put your, inside your shoes. And it's supposed to look like an antique. And I bought one of those little bow maker things. And I don't know, the jury's still out. I think it may be just as easy to do it myself without it. But I don't know. I got to use it a few more times. But anyway, I put a piece of wire in there. And then I put my little pieces of material. I'm just going to make a little messy bow. You take that little thing and press down on it. And I used wire in there to make my messy bow. And then I took that other piece of material that I had cut and to make it smaller. And I put a double little bow on there in front of it. I tied this around the shoe. And I put a tiny little dot of glue to kind of keep it in place. But I didn't put a lot. And I'm kind of fluffing my little bow up. There's lace and all kinds of stuff in there. And of course, I'm going to put something rusty on this. I have all this rusty stuff I bought. I got to use it. And people like it. So I put this little rusty bell on the front of it. And go ahead and get everything looking the way I want it to. And of course, I wired that bell on to the bow. I'm trying not to use too much hot glue, and I trim up the edges there. And of course, I use those pickberries that I got 4th of July at the Dollar Tree on my tree. And then, of course, I'm going to have to put a rusty star. I put a snowflake on this one. I'm pretty sure. I think I put a snowflake. Had some rusty snowflakes, and I used those. And this is one of those things I was having a hard time getting it to stick in, or I put some foam in. And that's it, guys. Those projects are complete. And this is Summer, my son's dog. It's Dory's sister. They look a lot alike, don't they? Anyway, this is some easy ones that I've done. This is a little, I don't know what it's made out of. It almost feels like cast iron. And I had this sitting in one of my booths forever. And I'm going to go ahead and paint it. And I used Fusion's Bronze Metallic. And then I used some bronze gilding wax from Dixie Belle, and then some rub and buff some antique gold. And then after that, I went ahead and used a little patina from Finnabar. It comes in a 3-pack. It has different colors. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some of that to it just to give it kind of a patinaed look, really. And I really just wanted to jazz this up a little and stick a tree in it. This is kind of an experiment, these last ones. These are things that haven't sold. And I'm going to stick a tree in it, and I'll let you know what happens. But in my experience, you stick a tree in it, it sells. So I'm going to go ahead and just add this patina to it. It's really 3 different colors. They've got like a bronze, and then the kind of a turquoise, and then a greenish color. And then I got this tree at, this is at Hobby Lobby. And now I have this spool. This is, I guess, what they used to have yarn on. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate it. But first, I want to decorate the tree. And I have these bells, these rusty bells. I know my hands look a mess, guys, but, you know, hey. I am going to take this rusty wire and I'm going to string these little rusty bells so that I can string this around my tree. So I'm going to do that about every couple, maybe inch and a half or so. I just take the bell and then I twist it so it doesn't move. And then I go up another inch and a half and I twist it. And that's how I'm going to make my little, garland that's just going to go around the tree. So just an idea of what you can do with these. And then I wrap that around my tree along with the pick berries. And of course I have to put a rusty star on the top or a bell or something. Because, I got to use all this rusty stuff. And people like it. So it sells. And on these stars, I always put a little bit of glue, but I wire it with, again, that rusty ribbon or wire. So now I'm going to take that spool, and this is really simple. I've got this ribbon that says Merry Christmas. I'm going to put that on with the pick, and pretty much that's it. And this is my last one, guys. This is a antique old tin, and it's just a tea tin. Looks pretty old, but anyway, I wanted to add something to the top of this. Originally, I was going to make an assemblage out of it, but then I don't know. It's late, probably about 1:30 in the morning, and I probably got tired, so I just went ahead and added some moss that I had to it with just hot glued it all around that. I had one of those little round things. I don't know where I got those from. I might have got them from Amazon, the little round things. Anyway, so all I'm going to do is I've got these sisal trees. They look very natural. And that's what I'm going for. I'm going for like a natural look here. Just trying to change it up a little bit, right? So there's 3 different trees, 3 different sizes, and I'm going to put them just right on top. I'm just gluing it in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of trim my little mess that I've got there going on. Because it's, I don't know. I kind of overdid it a little bit with the moss. So then I take this antique ribbon that I have, and I'm going to go around the base of this whole thing to kind of tie in that color together. And that's pretty much all I do to this. I just tie this ribbon around the front, and it's kind of a less is more kind of a thing. And I think it turned out pretty cute. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, and don't forget you can get a lot of the things on this video at my website, rehashdesigns.com, and the link will be in the description box. And I hope to see you guys very, very soon. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.